Day 3 of San Francisco's training camp just wrapped up. And while there's been so much competition throughout multiple positions, in this video I want to focus on the running back competition. And while it's obvious that CMC is the unquestioned starter, there has been a possible upshake in this battle between Elijah Mitchell and Jordan Mason. Throughout this training camp, there have been running backs that have impressed, whether it be Kalen LeBourne or even TDP on the first day. But today are familiar names that have impressed in the past in Elijah Mitchell and Jordan Mason. So let's look at their highlights from today. Starting out with Jordan Mason, who did struggle the first day of training camp with a drop. Today, he was much better. He had catches in the flat, but also received a nice pitch from the backfield and had a nice burst up the field, running through defenders, and I think it might have been a touchdown. I mean, every time Jordan Mason touches the ball, it reminds me of like Marshawn Lynch or even Marion Barber. I love the way he runs and can't wait to watch him in the Niners offense. I think the three running backs with lockdown roster spots are Jordan Mason, Elijah Mitchell, and CMC. And speaking about Elijah Mitchell, let's talk about some of his most impressive plays from the day. The best play of maybe the whole entire day was a catch he made from Sam Darnold, where he was running up the seam and it was about like a 30-yard catch. So while Elijah Mitchell and Jordan Mason have both played extremely well today, we do need to discuss why it's so important that the Niners do have depth at this position. If there's one thing you have to dock CMC and both Elijah Mitchell for throughout their career, is how limited they've been due to injury. And while CMC had a full year last year, Mitchell didn't and was largely limited, leaving the opportunity for Jordan Mason to truly shine. And when you watch Jordan Mason on the field, he runs hard and is a bruiser. And I think that would mix in extremely nicely with a back like CMC, who I describe more as like a scat back. I love the idea of having like a beast mode type player, a Marshawn Lynch player on the field, at the same time of Deebo Samuel, CMC. I think there's a lot of creative things that Kyle Shanahan can do with these players. And ultimately, I'm excited to see how this number 2 depth chart plays out. But right now, this is how I have the running back depth chart for San Francisco. Number 1, CMC. Then I still have Elijah Mitchell in here and Jordan Mason coming in at the number 3 spot. Elijah Mitchell, I think, is steadfast in the number 2 spot when he's healthy. I mean, Bobby Turner loves him. And I mean, Kyle Shanahan must have gained a ton of trust from him, having him play so much during his rookie year. These are just my thoughts on the depth chart for the Niners running back spot, and I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Let me know who you think is going to be the number 2 running back entering the year, and players that you're really excited to watch this upcoming year. I'd love to hear down below. It would also mean a ton to me if you liked and subscribed. And as always, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day and weekend.